You're sitting in a soundproof room. No windows, no flags, no cameras that you can see. Just a polished black table. A thin man in a grey suit, and a single sheet of paper in front of you. At the bottom of that paper is a number. $10 million. The man folds his hands. You won't be betraying your country, he says calmly. You'll just be correcting it. You haven't answered yet. Because once you do, there's no going back. You weren't born a traitor. You grew up believing in something. Small town. Your father stood every time the national anthem played. Your mother kept a framed flag in the living room. You believed loyalty meant strength. At 22, you joined government service. Not for money, not for power, for purpose. You worked intelligence analysis. Quiet job, secure building. No one outside knew what you did. You weren't a hero, but you were part of something bigger. And that mattered. Years passed. Promotions came. Access increased. You saw things ordinary citizens never see. You learned something uncomfortable. Governments don't run on ideals. They run on trade-offs, and sometimes lies. But you told yourself, it's complicated. Not evil, just complicated. Until 3 weeks ago. You weren't supposed to see the file. It was misrouted, classified, internal eyes only. An operation overseas, not defensive, not protective, manipulative. You read it twice. Civilian casualties labeled as collateral variables. Media manipulation plans drafted weeks before the event. You felt something shift inside you. Not anger, disappointment. You printed nothing, copied nothing. But once you've seen it, you can't unsee it. 2 days later, you were called into this room. This room. The man in grey already knew. He slides the contract toward you. We know what you accessed. Pause. We also know you're smart enough to understand reality. He explains the offer. $10 million, offshore account, new identity, private relocation. All you have to do is sign a non-disclosure agreement. And forget what you saw. No whistleblowing, no leaks, no moral crusades, just silence. You don't answer immediately. You go home. Your wife is making dinner. She doesn't know anything. She just sees you distracted. You look around your house. Mortgage, student loans, your mother's medical bills. $10 million would solve everything. Your phone buzzes. Unknown number. You ignore it. Next morning, your access card doesn't work. Your supervisor avoids eye contact. You're placed on temporary review leave. Your bank account is flagged for audit. Not frozen, just watched. The message is clear. You are small, they are not. That night, a black SUV parks across the street. Maybe coincidence, maybe not. Your wife asks, "Are we okay?" You say yes. But you don't know if that's true. You sit alone at the kitchen table, contract in front of you. $10 million isn't just money, it's freedom. New country, no surveillance, no consequences. Or you refuse, you leak the file, you become a whistleblower, you expose the truth. And then what? Prison, media attacks, your wife dragged into chaos, your parents harassed. History teaches one thing clearly. The system protects itself. You stare at the number again. $10 million. The man's voice echoes in your head. You won't be betraying your country. You'll be protecting it from instability. Is silence betrayal or survival? Is truth always noble or sometimes selfish? You always believed loyalty meant standing by your nation. But what if loyalty means holding it accountable? And what if holding it accountable destroys you? You meet the man again. Same room, same contract. He doesn't pressure you. He doesn't threaten you. He simply waits. You're not the first person to sit in that chair, he says, and you won't be the last. You ask him one question. If I refuse? He smiles slightly. Then we both move forward. Differently. Not a threat. Not reassurance. Just reality. You pick up the pen. Your hand is steady. You think about your father standing for the anthem. You think about your wife asking if everything is okay. You think about the file, the civilians, the manipulation, the lie. You sign. Or you don't. The camera never shows which. Weeks later, the news runs as usual. Nothing changes. Or maybe everything does. Somewhere, a classified file disappears. Somewhere, a bank account receives $10 million. Or somewhere, a leak begins spreading online. The world keeps turning. The question is simple. If you were offered $10 million to protect a lie, would you take it? Or would you burn your life down for the truth? That's a wrap. If this made you think, drop a comment. Subscribe for more. See you in the next one.